Welcome. In front of me is a REALME GT8 Pro, and today I will show you how you can record screen on this device. So, to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top of your screen. Now, quick check, make sure you do it from the right side, as the left side gets us notifications. And in here, you will be looking for the screen recording toggle. For me, it is on the second page right over here, but if you don't see it on any of the pages, you will need to add it. And you can do so by clicking right here on this pencil. And we're going to now click on the plus. And you can find a bunch of toggles in here. Now, obviously, you're looking for the screen recorder. If it's looking like this, grayed out, that means that it's already added. But if it's looking more, more visible like everything else here, then that means that you can add it. And you can do so by just simply clicking on it. And you can see it just zips to the top, and you can now click on done, and it's in the list. So finding our screen recorder again here, we can now hold it, and then we can select more settings, and this will take us to the actual settings where we can change, for instance, one of the most important things, which will be the definition. Now, for some moronic reason, companies are still setting this up in a medium, which is 720p resolution, like it's 2000. Yeah, we're going to be changing that to 1080p. This is the highest one we can, so we're going to go with that one, and then click on OK. Additionally, we also have a frame rate below that, which is set to dynamic. Now, I personally don't care about the dynamic, even though it records up to 144 frames per second. For the typical kind of use case scenario, for instance, uploading it to social media or anything like that, you will be capped to 60 frames anyway. I mean, the footage that you upload, no matter what the frame rate of it is, it's going to be played at 60 or lower. So as an example, if you're recording at 144, if you upload it to YouTube or Instagram, it gets automatically lowered down to only 60. So recording in a higher one doesn't really make much of a sense. And additionally, playing it back on, for instance, normal screens, like at work or anything like that, this kind of footage that has 144 frames, typically monitors at work are 60 anyway. So you also don't get to see that. Now, if you're planning to record this and view it on this phone, then that's fine. You will be able to obviously view it at this frame rate, but in general, I'll be selecting 60 and probably recommending that for the most cases. Now, there are some other things in here, but I'm not really going to go into them. So let's close this up and then find the toggle once more and simply tap on it. Now, first time around, it will get you this pop-up, allow screen recorder to record audio. We're going to select while using the app. Now, next, every time you will be tapping on this toggle from now on, you will be getting this kind of window right here. Now, in here, we have two options for recording audio. We have the system sound and the microphone, and you can enable both of them at the same time. But if you're planning to do so, I highly recommend using some kind of headphones, earphones, or anything like that, or muting the sound on right on your phone. Now, reason for that is, when recording both sounds, you might sometimes end up with an echo effect because the system sound that is being recorded is actually being recorded on a software side. So you don't need to hear it, and the phone will still record it. But then it's going to come out through the speaker, and the microphone will pick it up again in this case. So microphone should be listening to you, not the sound of the phone. So therefore, this could potentially create an echo effect. So that's why I recommend using some kind of headphones for this, or turning down the volume. So anyway, I'm going to just stick with the system sound and start recording. And you can see it's now recording. So whatever I'll do right now will be, for the most part, recorded by the device. And I'm going to open up two different applications as an example. So number one, I'm going to start off with, let's see, maybe, what would be a good one? Yeah, screw it, let's go YouTube. So there we go, there's YouTube open. So I'm gonna scroll a little bit. And next I'm gonna open up a garbage application, like this one. Wow. Don't strain yourself with opening it up fast. Oh, there we go. Now I do want to urge you to kind of pay attention to this thing that was visible here for a moment. There we go. Protected content can be recorded. Now I do want to give props to Realme for actually giving us this information, as most devices actually don't, but it still doesn't matter. Now I do want to point out I am not signed into this application whatsoever. You can see it right here, and I never even downloaded this application on this phone. It just comes with it, and I don't own, nor have I ever did own, a Netflix account. Now this will become a little bit more important in a second. So anyway, let's stop the recording by interacting with this overlay right here and clicking on the stop. This will save your screen recording to your Photos application. I think we have Photos and Gallery here. Let's quickly check. So we have, or we don't have Gallery in here. Oh boy, we're just limited to Photos. That's, ugh. Okay, I guess I'm gonna use that. Wait, no. There we go. Okay, so in our Photos application, we can navigate to the Collections tab. And in here, typically you would be able to find your screen recordings in something like Screenshots album, like this one, which it is, and Videos album. Now, here, I don't think it's going to be in Videos. Yep, it's not. But in your case, it might be. Now, anyway, so I'm going to find it in here, and I can just click on it to start playing it back. Now, in a second, what you're about to see is obviously the feature working as it intended, and also working in a way that you wouldn't want it to work, which is also as intended. So Android has this feature to block screen recordings and screenshots to protect the privacy and security of the user, you. And it's most commonly and more likely most correctly used in applications like bank apps. These obviously are protecting your funds, so it's best that some kind of malware that would try to use screen recording or screenshots to gauge your, for instance, pins that you're putting in to log into your bank and passwords. You wouldn't want this malware to be able to ever see this, right? So therefore, when it tries to do this, all it gets is this. Nothingness. So in this case, that is good. And obviously, bank applications allow you to capture content in there through other means. So for instance, if you made some kind of payment and you want to get a confirmation of it, you can always download a document as a confirmation. So you have a way around it. Now, Netflix, on the other hand side, is abhorrent garbage, which just kind of decides, you know what, screw you, you're not going to capture it because, you know what, we're going to use you as a means to basically protect our privacy and security from piracy. Like it's your damn business to do that. You paying these cunts for the service. You shouldn't be responsible to protect it. It's not your fucking job. You're paying them, not... They don't pay you for you to do this. So you shouldn't give two shits about this. There is no reason why this should ever be happening, either when you're paying or when you're not paying. It's none of your concern if content is being stolen or not. It doesn't concern you whatsoever. So I will show you different ways that you can circumvent this and also shove it up Netflix's ass for basically even enforcing this on you without ever even asking for consent. Man, I bet they were very great friends with Epstein. So, in any case, the reason I'm so negative about this is because I don't own an account. I never did, and I never agreed to anything from Netflix. Therefore, I don't believe they should have any control over my device, which I paid money for, which they do. And for that, know your place, you fucking trash. There you go. And to circumvent this stupidity, which is being used by mostly streaming platforms like Netflix, Spotify, Hulu, and so on, we're going to open up our browser. And in here, we're just going to navigate to pstream.mov. There we go. Now, you can see we have some movies right here, which are organized by basically popularity right now. We also have a TV shows right here. So there we go. And you can open them up. You can capture screenshots, record screen in here. So let's say I want to I will mention you don't always have the easiest way to record things in here. So it does prompt you every time you use this for the first time to download plugin for the browser, which supposedly increases or basically improves loading content, finding different places where it can load it from, and it does generally work. Now, I am in no way associated with this, and I have no idea what that plugin actually does in the background other than what it claims it does, which what it claims it does do. But other than that, I have no clue. So use it at your own risk. I have used it on my computer, and it seems to be working just fine with that plugin, and I hadn't had any problems. But I am basically putting that out there just as a precaution. Now, let's see if it's going to load this up. So here's the thing that I mentioned. So we can use it with browser extension, best quality, and more sources. Okay, and it does do that. Without it, sometimes you might not be able to load it, some kind of content. So use default setup. I'm going to use it without the extension, and we'll see if it's fine, if it finds something. And it already did. So in this case, it's doing okay with finding it. Now, this might not be the case for you, whatever you're trying to watch right now. So downloading that extension might improve it. But once it actually loads it up, which again, I do want to point out. Whoa, holy shit, chill out with that sound. I do want to point out with the extension also, I noticed that it loads content a bit faster. As you can see, we have no buffering. So anyway, from here, I can pull down my notifications, get the screen recorder, start recording, and off I go. It's recording. Oh, buffering. And anyway, let's just stop it and also show this. So obviously this is playing some kind of, I think it was a movie, and it was doing it no problem, and I could have been recording that screen no problem. Unlike Netflix. Now when you're paying for a subscription to some dog shit like that, you should be in your right to be able to record it. For whatever reason, you legally can record and share content up to, I think it's like 2 minutes, without ever breaking copyright laws, right? So in this kind of logic, there's no reason why you should be blocked. And now let's open up our photos and view that content, which technically doesn't fall under piracy, considering it's only 2 minutes of content, right? Or under 2 minutes. So, oh, look at that, it's playing. So there we go. Now, obviously, this can be used in landscape mode without any kind of, bezels or stuff like that. So anyway, that's about it. I hope you found this video helpful. And if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.